All right, people. Welcome back to the channel. Your friendly neighborhood comic book collector is back. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna go through what I got last week. Some of the stuff that I got this week. This week was another kind of slow week for comic books, that, at least for me, that I get. But I did go comic book hunting, and I found some good stuff. So this is what I got last week. The Marvel's Mutts, pretty good. Very, very kind of not too cartoonish, but good. Get this, is a fun read. I think it might be suitable for all ages. Pretty good. So I'm gonna just get into it. So I got that last week. I also found this Popeyes, I Popeye. I read this. Is really good. This is like a updated modern version of Popeye the Sailor Man. If you are old school and you know about this, this is a cartoon from back in the day and used to be a comic book strip in the newspapers. So this is a very, very good, man. The art is fantastic. The person that's the artist, these are the creators. Don't know which one's the artist, but props to the artist, man. I love art like this. This is just like between not too cartoonish and anime and realistic. The way that they draw the anatomy, the hands, everything, detail, color pops, everything was good. Has to do with like a updated version of the Popeye universe, and it has to do with all this craziness. Really good, really good. I recommend this also for all ages, or just anyone at any age, for a nice, quick, fun read. So get that stuff. That's good. All right, so I found this comic book hunting. It's called Heart Eyes. For whatever reason, there's a trailer out there with the same name movie. I have no idea if that movie is based on this comic book, but I read this. I think this is only issue number 2, but it quickly gets into the story, and this is a pretty freaky story. This is really good. The composition also is good. The transitions is good. It's about this young child. I think she gets abandoned or something, and she has to live with some person that owns the building that she lives in, that was left by her parents or her mother that just abandoned her or died. Anyway, she finds this crazy book, and the book is like demons will come out of it and start summoning her, and she's the only one that could kind of talk to these demons. And she tries to be friends with other people that she treats this demon like an animal. Says, "Oh, just meet my little friend, pet," like type of deal, and she ends up scaring people away and all that stuff. Very interesting, pretty good. I think this is a jewel that I found. All right, so what I got this week was G.I. Joe, issue number 4. This is the new Energon universe. This is really good. If you're not into this, get into it, man. This is really good. The banter, the wittiness. Again, it's a quick read. Transitions is good. Everything's good about this. It's very entertaining. And old school head like me that grew up watching G.I. Joe in the 80s and stuff, man, this is awesome, bro. This will blow your mind for people like in my generation, I guess. So yeah, get this. Even for the younger generations, you do not necessarily have to know anything about G.I. Joe if you like into the army stuff, or not army stuff really, but just like military type shit. But it's good. It's really good. Action packed. Very good. Challengers of the Unknown. I got this, issue number 3. The first 2 issues was pretty interesting, intriguing enough to get you into it, but this was very good. It starts getting the issue number 3 just got a little bit better, kind of keeping you up to date with what's going on in the overall story about Darkseid. And I think it's manipulating some of the scientists they call themselves the Challengers of the Unknown, and Mr. Terrific is not trusting anyone. He's imprisoning everyone as soon as they get kind of close to what's going on. Very good, very good. I got this Weapon X. Okay, this is issue number 1. I don't know if this was anticipated or whatever this week, but it has to do with the one world under Doom. So I guess this is a big event where Doom is taking over the whole world, and how all separate, how the government's dealing with it, how the superheroes are dealing with it, and how it's affecting everyone, and how they're reacting to Doctor Doom kind of being control of the whole Earth. This was okay. It was pretty alright. The art sometimes was not. Something about that art it doesn't look too seriousness, following what the story is. The story seems somewhat serious. The writing seems somewhat serious, but then when you look at the art, it doesn't take itself seriously. It doesn't like match the seriousness of the whole overall book, and that kind of put me out of it every now and then. But it's pretty good. Deadpool is a big part of the story between him and Wolverine, and yeah, I think they were just trying to ride on that trope about the movie and still trying to ride that wave. But this was okay. This was okay. This was pretty good too. Doom Academy. Okay, so if you know anything about what's going on with Doctor Doom, for spoilers, he is the Sorcerer Supreme now. And there was another comic book called Doctor Strange. Not Doctor Strange. Yeah, well, Strange is Academy. I don't know. It's called like Academy something. Anyways, it's like the younger kids that have special powers, and they happen to be the son of Dormammu, whatever his name is. Anyways, they all go to this academy where Doctor Strange runs it, and he has other sorcerers act like teachers, and they're learning all their special abilities if they're into magic and all this other stuff. So since Doctor Strange is out of it and Doctor Doom is in it, now he is control of the academy. Now this is a quick story about how the kids, certain characters, if you haven't read the past ones from Doctor Strange's Academy, that's a good read. But this is like a continuation. Also, the reaction of what they're dealing with and how they're dealing with it. Some of them like the school, some of them are really not into it. They don't not really feeling Doctor Doom, but it's really good. The art is different from the previous Academy comic books. It kind of put me out again, but I quickly got used to it. It's good book. This is pretty okay. All right, what really was good this week was the Ultimate Wolverine issue number 2. They had some really good covers. This was really good. What stuck out of my mind when reading it, it was like, okay, I guess this is a really good book because Wolverine's not talking too much, and he is the Winter Soldier. But it's pretty badass, man. Action packed, quick reads, transitions. The art is nice and gritty and dark. It's really good. I'm gonna share the cover. I had 2 other Wolverine covers. This one, my cover of the week. One of them. I got a few of the covers of the week. This was one of them. This is badass. And then this one, I got it at the local comic book shop. I don't know if you can see the detail too much, but it's pretty badass. And it was like for every 25 or 50 issues they ordered, they get one of these. So I got this for a pretty pricey fucking price, man. But I got it just to get it because I think it's so badass. But not as badass as this one. This is really good. All right, so that was this week. Again, is a slow comic book week, so I'm gonna get into what I got comic book hunting also, and I quickly read through them and it's really good. All right, so my last video I was talking about that I found Lady Killer issue number 1. I found 2 and 3. Wow, this is good. 100% top tier. Man, this is what I want my comic books to look like. This is what I want like X-Men to look like. This is what I want certain comic books that I was talking about earlier about taking itself seriously. This art is mad serious, man. It's really good. The composition, the person, I forgot the lady's name, Jolie Jones. Man, you're a badass artist, man. The way that she draws the bone structure of like the way that the foreground, the way that the position of the bodies and all that stuff. I'm losing my words how good this is, man. But the anatomy of how she puts everything together is good, man. It's so good, man. And the story is badass. She is like a serial killer or an assassin killer that is assassin killer that works for a certain company, and she gets like she's trying to balance her home life with her assassin life, and it's a very beautiful dynamic, very interesting, imaginative. Again, I always look at transitions, the compositions, the art pops, everything's good. Very good read, very witty at times, funny, made me laugh. Also, I could also see this being as a movie back in like if they could make a movie or a TV show out of this. This is badass. I recommend that one. Okay, and then I got this thing called Hexagon Bridge. This is really good. I got 5 issues of it, the first 5. I don't know how many issues are out there. I'm going to do my research a little bit later, but it looks like they got more than 5. But I think I was lucky enough to find the first 5. This is really good. It has to do with the future. I think year 40, 44, something like that. And the humans, they have discovered how to get into other dimensions through this bridge that they call the Hexagon. and I forgot the name of the people that are scientists that or people that make maps, chronographers. They there's a couple, husband and wife, that they go missing into one of the dimensions trying to map out this new reality. They end up getting kidnapped or taken. They leave behind a young daughter, and she has a consciousness connection to the program that helped them through the bridge to other dimensions and stuff like that. So she is her grandfather is helping her grow up and all this stuff, and is writing the program. Is a group of scientists that have been building this thing. Anyways, they've been, at the same time they're doing this, try to get to this other dimension through this bridge and stuff. They're building an AI robot, and this AI robot happens to be like the daughter's that's the AI robot, the daughter's right hand man type of deal, and helps guide through the dimensions. Like 12 years pass, and then she found like her powers are really good and all this other stuff, and then she goes in and out of these alternate reality dimensions and shit, trying to find her parents. Pretty badass. Art is beautiful. Composition is beautiful. It is just intellectually imaginative. The writing is really good. This is a story where there's not too many, I wouldn't say bubble words and all that other stuff, but it'll tell you a lot by just, you go through, 4, 5, 6 pages with just the pictures, and it's telling you the whole story. Very gripping. Very good. I think this came out in 2023 or 2022. Something like that, a few years ago. To get this, if you find this, read this. I got this huge detective. I always heard good things about it, so I got into it. I found the first 3 issues. Don't know how many issues is out. This is really good. Has to do with the world where out of nowhere, just they call them huge instead of giants. They just start showing up in Australia, and there's a war that goes on for a while until the humans and the huge, or the giants, they start living with each other, and they start working with each other. Anyways, there's this one cop. She's a detective, and she's getting help with this one particular huge that helping her find a thing of murders and stuff that happened in the cave and all this other stuff. At the same time, she is talking to the detective is talking to a person in jail. I forgot. They said the name so many times I forgot, but there's a pretty cool connection where the giant and the human are like the one in one person, or they're sharing the same consciousness, and it's pretty good. It's all right. The art is sometimes okay, but you get used to it. It's a little too like wavy and clunky for me at times, but yo, this is really good. The story is captivating enough for you to get the whole graphic novel, and I would suggest you get, maybe if they got the whole story already out, this is pretty good read. Very imaginative too. I got this Bat Knight. I found this. I found the first 6 issues or something like that. It's really funny. I don't think I ever read a Batmite comic before. This is my first time. Very good. The art is really good. It's not too cartoonish. It doesn't come across too silly. It's just right. It's just like really perfect. Color pops, composition pops. Really quick read. This made me laugh out loud at times. The covers are really good, in my opinion. Yeah, the banter, the wittiness is pretty funny. Comes across as talking mad shit. He doesn't really break the fourth wall too much, but it kind of is there, breaking the fourth wall, like a Deadpool type of deal. But yeah, this is really funny, quick read. Again, all ages. So a lot that I got last week is like some stuff that I got for, I guess, just old school comic book fun. All right, I got that. That's all I read. Also, I shared the 6 fingers. I read the whole thing. This is really good. Again, I got the 6 fingers, and I also got the one hand. 6 fingers art in the comic book is a lot different from the other the one hand, and it's really good. The perspective of that, and then the killer's point of view, and the perspective of the detective's point of view, and they all clang together at the very end, or clash together in the very end. It's fucking awesome. Good read. If you find the whole thing, read this, man. This is really good. This is what comic books is about, on an intellectual level, and in a very good way to like blow your mind. It's like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. This is pretty interesting. And then I'll share real quick what last week cover of the week. That speaks to itself, gentlemen. And also that one I think is another cover of the week that came out this week. All right. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. People, have a good one out there.